In regards to constructing an entertaining story, it is sometimes necessary to include fabrications. However, such fabrications are altered nonetheless. They are all derived from actual events. The following in which you are to witness is all based on a true story. This is Tales from Trae World number 1, and these are his stories.
This video is about a time my irresponsibility led me to getting robbed. Don't you just hate when that happens? A lot of these events are over-exaggerated and some are just added strictly for comedic purposes. However, this is all still based on a true story. I did indeed get robbed, so viewer discretion is advised. Anyway, hopefully from this video you can get a laugh or two, learn how to be a better storyteller, and learn a thing or two from my past mistakes. Sorry if it's a little lengthy, but I hope you enjoy it anyway. Stay tuned. What's going on, everybody? As you can tell by the title, I'm back with another video, and this is a story time on how I almost lost my credit. It almost got stolen. I almost died. But if you want to be a better communicator, a better storyteller, this is the video for you, because my content will help you not only captivate your audience, but keep everybody on the edge of their seats. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Y'all thought I was done? Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends so we can get this continual growth cycle going on. I'ma wait. Is that a spike?
Let's go.
Now y'all know this video, story time. So what better place to do it than in the library? Look at all these chickens. Now our story is all about how my
life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air.
Now I'm just playing. We're gonna get into the story. So our story today, well, it takes place in every day.
When you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet has an original point of view. And I say,
Now I'm playing. Let's go ahead and get straight to the story. So I got kicked out the other part of the library, but that's not gonna stop this story time. No, I'm just playing. I just wanted to move places. So let's go ahead and get right into the story though. Now, this story takes place on a Monday, so you know something evil, just vile was going down. You know, evil and vile use the same letters and the words. Look it up. Yep, it's all here in the dictionary. Evil and is indeed the same as vile. They all have the same letters. But I woke up and my spidey sense was tingling. I thought something ain't right now. Something can't be right. Something can't be right. But I just ignored it. I played it off, and I go through my long day of class. I get through class, and I'm kind of hungry now. It's after class. It's around 11, 12, lunchtime. I'm hungry. Conveniently, yeah, I said it. That's a vocabulary word. And for those of you looking at the SAT, ACT, look it up. Conveniently. conveniently. Check me. Yeah, you see here, convenient is actually a word, and it means that.
Yeah.
I get a text from my pastor at the Bible study I attend, and he's like, "Hey Trae, why don't we grab a bite together? It's been a long time since I talked to you, but let's go ahead and eat." And I'm like, "That's a fat bet." But I hear this voice. "You have no money on your student card, and how are you going to pay for it?" So I get this good idea. Why did I use my debit card? That has money. That has money for his money, huh? That has money on it. So I go back to my dorm. I get my debit card, and I'm like, okay, it's not gonna be too much. I'll just eat off of here, and that'll be all right. So everything's cool. I go back to the cafeteria, and I'm standing in line getting my food. I get my chicken sandwich. I get my fries, and the lady asked me, "Is that all you want?" I said, "No, ma'am." She said, "What else do you want?" I told that woman, "Cheeseburger on bun." So I get my cheeseburger on bun. I got my chicken sandwich. I got my fries, and now I gotta dress my sandwiches So I get my sauce, I get my barbecue sauce, and as I'm paying for my meal, I drop my barbecue sauce. And the guy behind me, he tapped me on the shoulder, and he's like, "Hey, bro, you dropped your sauce." I pick it up, and then I'm like, "Oh, appreciate it, man." He pats me on the back, and he's like, "No problem. I don't think anything of it." Now, remember that interaction is going to be important for the remainder of the story. So I eat with the pastor, we chop it up, everything's good. It's a normal interaction, right? So I'm walking back to my dorm, and then that guy that I told you, remember the interaction? I realized that his shoes were untied. And I'm like, oh, I never told him. He could have tripped or something. Right, so I'm like, dang, I could have told him, could have helped him out too. But I go back to my dorm, and as I'm unlocking it, I get my keys out to unlock it, and I'm like, where am I? I don't feel my card. And it's not in my left pocket. I check my right pocket. It's not in there neither. So I'm like, okay, I check my bag. It's not in my bag. And now, mind you, I never put the card in my bag. It's always in my pocket. Did I check it? Yes, I did. Did I check my pockets again? I sure did. Was the card in the second time? No. Was the card in the bag the fourth time I checked? No. Did I still check? I did. And I checked under the bed too. Now, I had to have that card. This never happened to me. My credit was about to be jacked. My identity was about to be stolen. My money was about to be gone. This had never happened to me, so what did I do? I mean, naturally, I did what anybody else in their sensible mind would have done. I panicked. I ran around the room screaming, pretending that didn't happen. You know, I was frustrated, crying, you know, all that. I was in denial. I was screaming, running around the room. And I had to get that card. I had to find that card. So, you know, it hit me. Either I dropped the card or the dude who didn't tie his shoes. What did he really do when I wasn't looking? And then it hit me. The man finessed me. I got finessed trying to get my sauce. Finesse, yes, that's an actual word. Again, look that up, finesse. And stop trying to check me. I know what I'm talking about. Finesse is indeed a word. It's a vocabulary. And according to my calculations, the actual definition.
Yeah, just be quiet.
He finessed me and took my card, or I dropped it. But, you know, I had to do something next. So I made a call. I hop on the phone with my mom. My father's at work, so I call my mom, and I'm just like, you know, she's pretty understanding. You know, she's patient with minor things. That, like, she's like, oh, you know what? Okay, it's really no. I thought, you know, minor things are okay because it's really no big deal. So I call her on the phone, and this is nothing minor now. Like, my credit is on the line. I could die. So I called her, and of course I get a proper scolding. I mean, it just comes with the territory, but still, she was pretty laid back about it. She was pretty understanding. You know, she told me I need to be more responsible, and then that was that. She told me to freeze the car, so I did. I put that bad boy on ice, froze the car, right? And in the meantime, she told me to retrace my steps. So after I get off the phone with her, I retraced my steps. I'm like, okay, maybe I dropped it. Maybe it wasn't stolen. Maybe I just left it there, or maybe it's somewhere where. Back at the calf where I just dropped it or something, right? So I'm retracing my steps. I'm going back to the cafeteria. And sure enough, guess who I see sitting there still at the calf? The same guy who robbed me. And you know what? His shoe is still untied. Was I gonna tell him that his shoes was untied now? Absolutely not. After you robbed me, you expect me to give you a favor? I ain't telling him that his shoes was untied. I sure didn't, because I knew that man took my car. Wasn't no guessing after that. Also, the confrontation began. You best believe. The confrontation was on. The confrontation was on, okay? So I go up to him like, bro, what's going on? You have my car? And he's like, bro, let me explain everything. First, you look thirsty. Do you need a drink? I'm like, nah, I'm good. But he tried to offer me a drink using my card, so I'm mad now. I'm like, no, I don't want a drink. I want my card. I want my money. And he's like, all right, I understand you're mad, and you know what? I get that. That's fine, but you dropped your sauce. And I look down, and my sauce is still on the ground, so I pick it up. I'm like, oh, okay. Then he started running. He take off. I pick up my sauce, of course, and then I start running after him, right? But this joker is fast, so he's going weaving in and out of the crowds. I'm chasing him, and then I notice for some reason my shoe is untied. I trip and I fall, and as I fall, I just see him disappearing in the crowd. And I'm just like, that man was gone, just gone. And But I mean, everything was all right because the card had been frozen. You know, I was supposed to get a new one in the mail in a couple weeks. So, you know, I counted my blessings and I'm like, God really heard my prayers. You know, everything is all right. But I looked at the transactions and that day he made like 12 or 13 purchases off of vending machines, snacks, and drinks. How you do that in a matter of minutes? And if he was eating when I was at the cafeteria, what? Are you that hungry? But rest assured, I mean, I haven't seen this whippersnapper since. So, I mean, he did look familiar. He was quite handsome guy, by the way. He did look familiar. And I was like, he looked familiar. But I haven't seen him since. So, like I said, I mean, just counting my blessings. And if you're still out there watching this video, man, I'm going to be ready for you. Sure is. I'm going to be ready for you. Okay.
So a couple things I learned from this story that maybe you can apply to your life too are, number one, always listen to your mother. She's always right. Number two, don't be flashing your money out in public just because you can. Number three, if you want to count anything, count your blessings before you count your dollars. And finally, just because you have the means to spend money doesn't mean you should.
If you made it to the end of the video, I really do appreciate you for staying through watching it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, and as always, so we can keep that continual growth cycle going on. I got a lot of dope bangers coming for y'all real soon. But as always, I'm out of here. Stay tuned.